it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am bringing a video, as you can see by the title, talking about one of my favorite categories in makeup, and it is bronzer. So being a person of color, I feel that a lot of people have kind of two stereotypes. One, that we don't need to wear bronzer, and two, that there are no bronzers out there for us. And I don't think that's true. I have a series on my channel where I go ahead and I'm finding my perfect bronzer, and to date the last video that I did was talking about my ColourPop Bits and Pieces bronzer. Now I have brought in a couple more bronzers since that video, and I do intend to make that an actual monthly series in 2019. I'm going to stick to doing my monthly series every month in 2019, I promise you guys. But if you guys are interested in seeing my top 5 bronzers in my collection that I would suggest for people of color, people of melanin, people in my shade range of foundations, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so down below I will put a bunch of foundation shades that match me currently and pretty much all around the year. If I forget, please go ahead and leave me a rude comment to remind me, because I tend to be forgetful on certain things. But what I'm gonna do, tell you guys my top 5 bronzers, and I'm gonna kind of do it in order. So yeah, the 2 5 and 4, those 2 bronzers are gonna be bronzers that I think are good, but they're more of like an everyday bronzer. So for people who aren't into an extremely warm undertone, or even just don't want something extremely pigmented, they just kind of want something that's there, they know it's there but it's not really there, the first one that I would recommend, and it's in the number 5 spot, is from Makeup Geek, and it is in Burnished. So this is a bronzer that I do see when I put it on my complexion, but it's not something that it's outright orange. It's not something that's outright there. You know what I mean? I will go ahead and do some swatches. Hopefully the swatches will be useful. It is a very smooth powder, insanely smooth powder, and I'll just go ahead and swatch it here on my hand. I don't think you're gonna really see anything, and then up here I will kind of blend it out. Hold on, let's blend. Okay, on my hand I doubt you guys are gonna really see anything. It does show up on my complexion, I promise you, but it's a really smooth powder, very beautiful, and it's one of those powders, if I don't know what I really want to wear, if I just need to reach for something, get some use out of a product, it would be this baby right here. It is a good product and I would recommend it. But I have found that I actually do like warm toned bronzers, and so because this one isn't really warm toned, it's not higher up on my list. Next bronzer, which is coming in the number 4 spot. Ooh, I should have thought about this before I started filming, shouldn't I? We're gonna put this baby. It is going to be my Sunkissed Giant Bronzer in Dark. Now I learned about this bronzer off of Makeup by Tammy, Beauty by Tammy, I think that's the name of her channel. She used one of these bronzers in her tutorial, just normal tutorial, and I immediately found it and purchased it off of Amazon immediately. The medium one came crushed, so that's actually going to my best friend, and it was too light, but this one came perfect, and I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. For me to get this to actually show up on my skin tone, I have to bring in this darker portion of the bronzer with the lighter portion, and when I mix those two together, it brings me a nice dark bronzer, but it definitely is not warm toned, nowhere near. I would definitely say this is one of my more neutral bronzers in my collection, but I do like it. It really does give a shadow, and towards the winter I do prefer more cool tone bronzers. I'm still in my warm tone bronzer phase right now but when I want to reach for a cool tone bronzer that I know will actually show up on my skin tone, I will use this, whereas my Makeup Geek one really doesn't show up all that much. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and swatch this together. As you can see, it does show up. Oh, I still have the Makeup Geek. Let's just wipe that away. And so this is a swatch of it mixed. So that's the 2 mixed. and we're just gonna mix them again, and we're gonna blend it. Now this is blending with my finger and it's haphazardly, but that's just to show you guys what it looks like on my skin tone. This does show up on my skin tone, and if you were interested in a drugstore bronzer, I would recommend this. Like I said, for me to have it show up on my skin, I have to mix the darker part with the cool part, or the lighter part, but that lighter part really helps it to blend in with my skin, if that makes any sense. So in the number 4 spot is this baby. Next, we're gonna bring, I believe, my most expensive product in my collection as of right now, and that is the Guerlain Terracotta bronzer. I fell for it, I purchased it, and I got the one in 09 Intense. This is the darkest bronzer that they have in their collection, and this is the baby right there. Now, if you can see, this is my skin tone, right? Okay. Actually, I need a towel because I can't keep wiping these off with my hand. Hold on. Okay, towel acquired. This is like the dirtiest towel known to man, but it works, so we're just gonna use it. Okay, so like I was saying, this terracotta bronzer from Guerlain is basically my skin tone. I mean, and that's like the highlighted parts, which is basically it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and swatch it. This is a lot rougher. The first 2 bronzers that I talked about are definitely more smoother and better texture than this baby. And as you can see, you can barely see it. And as we blend it, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I can see it on my complexion. This definitely is a warmer bronzer than the other 2 that I've mentioned prior. Now, it's not as warm as the 2 that will be coming up. That's why it's stuck in the 3rd position. It's warmer than the 2 that it's coming in before, but it's not as warm as the 2 that is coming in before it. That didn't make any sense. Okay, let's rewind and freeze. So it's warmer than the bronzers in the number 4 and the number 5 spot, but it's not as warm as the bronzers in the number 2 and the number 1 spot, hence it being in the middle. I like it, I'll use it, but I don't know if I'm gonna hit pan on this baby. I don't see me hitting pan, but it's expensive, so I need to hit some pan, you know? Let's just keep going. Next is a very new discovery, and because it's new, I cannot give it the number 1 spot, but I have been, just as I felt with the number 1 spot bronzer, I have been like itching to put makeup on just so I can put this bronzer on, and that's when you know you really have it bad. And this actually isn't even a bronzer. This is from Elf. Show you the packaging. It's from Elf, and it is from their blush infused line, and this is in Always Peachy. Now, the only reason that I tried this blush line is because Andrea Renee here on YouTube raves about the blush. Andrea Renee raves about this blush in Always Fiery. I did, of course, as you can see, purchase this one as well. And this baby is, ooh, loud, intense, beautiful, ness. But in purchasing that one, I thought I would get this one because on the website, it looked more neutral. It looked more of a blush that I could wear every day. So that's how I intended to use this blush. But when I got it, I saw that it was a lot more brown than I thought on the website, and it was a lot warmer than my actual complexion. So let's wipe away the Guerlain. And when I got it, I was like, okay, we're gonna try this as a bronzer. Very smooth powder, smooth as the Makeup Geek and the Sunkissed, a lot smoother than the Guerlain. Okay, so here it is swatched. Wow, it's crazy. You can't even see these bronzers. I can see it. Okay, let me turn down my brightness. Turn it up. There you go. You guys can see it there. So that is the Elf blush, and then I'm just gonna try and build it up because I can't believe you guys can't see it. On my hand, it actually looks orange. And then next, let's blend it. It is the bronzer that I'm wearing today, by the way, so that might be an easier way. I can't believe you guys can't see this on camera. This is crazy because it looks basically orange on my hand. Okay, there you go. You guys can see it now. That is what it looks like. And this baby is beautiful. Focus. There we go. This baby is beautiful. Beautiful. It's warm, but it's not too warm, and it doesn't have shimmer, so I think this will be like my go-to bronzer in the winter when I want a warm tone bronzer. When I do want a more cool tone one, I will reach for that Sunkissed one, but right now I've really been enjoying warm toned bronzers, and so I see me reaching for this baby. I really do. And as I rounded out the number 2 slot, I know you guys know what's going to be in the number 1 spot. I mean, anybody who's been on my channel for a day will know what's in the number 1 spot, and it is my ColourPop bronzer in bits and pieces. This baby is love. This is love. This is actual love. Let me just put it over here because everything else was on this side. This is actual love. As you can see, I have had major pan on this baby, and I have forced myself to stop using it because I can't purchase another one right now because on ColourPop's website it's out of stock. I don't know who they think they are, but I need them to bring that back because I need 2 more of these to ensure that I never run out when they are inevitably going to discontinue this shade. This is my favorite bronzer that I have found to date, and it has a sort of sheen, if you will. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Once again, you can't see it, but I'll come in so you guys can see it. It has a sort of sheen to it, and like I said, it has a very strong warm orangey tone. Oh, you can't see it. Let me, come on, there we go. There it is right there. It has a very strong, warm, orangey red tone to it, and I will of course link the review that I have of this baby up in the cards. This is love. This is love, and I'm telling you right now, as soon as I hit pan in this one, this will be repurchased as well. These two, if I have these 2 bronzers in my collection, I don't need anything else. And honestly, I would say if you are my complexion and you are having difficulty finding bronzers, reach for these 2. Try them. They're both drugstore. This one I want to say was like $2 or $3.99, and this one was like under $5. Reach for these babies. Like, okay, don't waste your time. I wouldn't waste my time on the Guerlain. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's good, but it's not worth the money. It was like upwards of, I want to say $50 or something crazy like that. And who has time for that? Not I, not anymore. So yeah, that is my top 5 bronzers. I haven't done top 5 in a really long time, but I wanted to bring them back in a strong way and bring you guys some stuff when it came to bronzers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.